What's up, Shady Sports Network? I'm here with a special guest from the Tucson Sugar Skulls, offensive lineman Dallas Reins. Dallas, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good today, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Excited to have you on. So I'm in Tucson this year. You guys have been. We were talking about it off camera. You guys have been, pretty dominant. 3 seed heading up to play Bay Area. How would you assess your personal performance this season?
My personal performance, I'd say, I'm just getting started. I have a lot of growth to still do. I missed the first 8 games of the season, but coming back and being able to, get into it, I feel like I really dominated and really got to, show what I can do on the field,
One thing that I find really impressive about your team is your quarterback, Ramon Atkins. Throughout the year, he's been hurt, but he still played at a high level. What is the relationship with Ramon?
I have a really close relationship with Ramon. I actually see him every Thursday. We usually go bowling. So I stay pretty close with him. And his performance is stellar. He stays focused. And even in the hardest times of being hurt or anything like that, he pushes through. And we like to see that in a quarterback, especially with me being an old lineman. We're taught to be tough. We push through everything, broken hands, everything. And for our quarterback to really do that, it says a lot. It shows that he wants to win. He wants to get better. He practices hard. He communicates. He does what he needs to. So
going back, kind of flipping all the way back to your high school career, what did you enjoy about high school, and were you a multi-sport athlete?
So going back to high school, I was a multi-sport athlete. I did football and then I wrestled. And then I also did track and field. So I threw, and I even got to run a little in high school. I loved every sport that I did, and I did it because it was something that, kept me in school, kept me busy, kept me out of trouble. And my sports, especially when it came to football, I loved being dominant. I was a letterer every year, first team all-team conference. My senior year, I got to make it to the all-state game. In that game, I had a field goal block. I played D-end in high school as well, so I played both sides of the ball. In my freshman year in high school, I even was starting varsity, and we went 14-0 and won a championship. So that was exciting. And then, being able to wrestle, work on hand coordination, footwork, and all that, and going to state, it's exciting. All the sports that I do, they're my passion. I love them. And, they've really helped me grow into the person that I am, especially all my coaches that I've had in the past. So I would say I've had a phenomenal year. My senior year, I was Mr. Colorado. So, yeah.
So after high school, you went to Merced College right out of what drew you to that school?
So I actually originally was supposed to go to Colorado Mesa University. I changed my mind and I went to a junior college in California. And I actually went to San Mateo Junior College for a very quick semester because unfortunately some financial situation happened and I actually became homeless for a year and a half and I was stuck in California. I slept in my car. It was a little difficult, I would say, but I pushed through because being from Colorado, there's no junior colleges up there that have football. And I wanted to play football. So I ended up just driving around, and I had a girlfriend actually that lived in Merced, and that's where she was going to school for a junior college. And I went into the parking lot, and the head coach for that football team saw me, and he wanted to. The man ran up to me. I didn't even know who he was, and he offered me to get back into school, a place to live, and to pay for everything. And his name was Bob Casey. He really helped me get my life started and get back up into where it needed to be. And then from there on out, I worked my butt off and got a full ride scholarship to Midwestern State where I met several people and it was great. So,
man, that's incredible. From that year and a half, how did you keep your mental health in check? And what did you do to persevere through?
So to be honest, it was really difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I was sleeping in my car. I needed to get a job, so I went through a temp agency, which California has a lot of those, and I did that. And I ended up working for Tesla for about a year on the assembly line, doing just some manual labor and stuff, and keeping my mental health straight. It was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I would say my friends really helped. My family, they told me keep going. Yes, at times it was really difficult, even with them, because they were like, "Why don't you just go home?" Um, but I wanted my dream, and I always look back at a picture that I saw when I was in high school of there's a miner that kept mining, and he gave up 99% of the way there, and there's someone at the bottom that kept on going. And if that man up top would have went just one more percent and did 100% of what he wanted to do, he would have been rich. He would have hit diamonds. He would have done everything. And I didn't want to be that person to give up 99% of the way, because I had a dream of playing in the NFL, and that's still my dream. I'm still going. I'm still pushing. I mean, I'm already considered a pro athlete. But there's more levels to it, and I'm still going. I'm still trying to achieve those goals and do everything I can to get there.
That's really awesome to hear. Like you said, I mean, you're 3% of people that can say they're pro athletes, so that's awesome. So finishing out your college career, how were you able to get back in school after that whole situation, and how did you adjust?
Like I said, my coach, he really from my junior college, he just came up to me, and I mean, I took that offer of him getting me back into school, and then when I was able to get back into a university, and I got a scholarship from playing at junior college. I went up there, and even at my university, it was difficult adjusting. I was older, of course. I got to go to a D2 school because my eligibility for D1 had was going to expire due to the rules. And so when I went up there, it was difficult being an older person. You going to school and playing football, and you got these young kids that are really going. I'm only 27, but at their age, when they're showing up at 18, 19 years old, and say you're 22, 23, they're like, why are you here? You should be graduated or something like that. But like I said, me wanting my dream and keep pushing through, really made me graduate. I graduated with a bachelor's degree. My junior college, I graduated with an associate's degree. So I was able to make something out of it for keep on believing in my dreams, because my dreams are what keep me going. If you don't have any dreams, you won't be able to keep pushing through to what you want. You got to figure out what you want in life. And to do that, is something I hold myself proud of. It's what makes me who I am.
That's a great attitude to have. So after college, what was your idea of professional opportunities?
So I had a pro day at Texas Commerce, and then I also had a XFL showcase in Arlington. I mean, I performed really well. My senior year of college, actually, I only played a total of 3 games. Um, my coach and I didn't really see eye to eye in some personal situations that had happened to me that were unfortunate in my college career. But, I still stuck it out on my team, and, I helped us win a conference championship my senior year in college, and, still got those opportunities, but not having that film really kind of set me back, I believe, in some personal, aspects for coaches to really believe in me to play at a really high caliber, league. Um, so one day, Coach Hendricks, he's the defense coordinator for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. He called me up and was like, "Hey, I love your film. I love what you do. Come play for us." And I didn't even hesitate to be like, "Yeah, I'd love to. Let me do it." And then after that, I mean, calls started coming in for the IFL about other teams wanting to hire me, other teams wanting to even trade for me to come play for them. And I was able to I had to tell them no, because, I already committed to a team, and, you know, I felt like the first team that really wanted me would call me, and so I took that opportunity, and now I'm here, and I love it. I'm glad with the opportunity that I took, but those opportunities that I had were very scarce, which was very surprising to me, and it was hard, especially with the IFL season being very different timing as everyone else. Um, Keeping my mental straight, thinking that I would get an opportunity. I believe it was like a year after just about doing that XFL and NFL combine before I heard from anyone. Went through a whole NFL season praying someone would call me, mid-season, even the last game of the season, get a call being like, "Hey, come to practice. We just need to be a dummy. We don't really, something like that." And I mean, it never happened. So I mean, I delivered furniture for a company and stayed, fit, stayed healthy, and this opportunity presented itself. So that's what I did.
So being a rookie in the IFL, how would you coming in from it from like a neutral position per se? How would you feel the Tucson Sugar Skulls are run and the league is run as a whole?
I think the league is run really well. Personally, I would love to see the league expand with, getting more people, to notice it and stuff. But as far as the Tucson Sugar Skulls and how we run our stuff, I think the team is run really well. I think we have a great coaching staff. I think we do things that, for the players that we have, we adjust and adapt to a learning style that we can all learn from, rather than just the coaches doing it how they think it should be run. They take into everyone's opinions, they listen to us, they help us, and they care about us. They really want us to succeed. Yeah, at the end of the day, we want to win, but also they want us to be able to enjoy life and be men and be able to, go out and into the world and be successful. And, our coaches are willing to help us in any way they can. And that's something I love about this team. I hear lots of things about other teams that aren't so great, and who knows if they're true. But at the same time, being able to be a part of a team that we're all unified, we all hang out. Sometimes we even just all go to the pool and barbecue. So having that camaraderie is really great. So
For sure. That's what built championships at the end of the day, team
absolutely.
chemistry. So coming up on my last few questions here for you, where do you see yourself personally for the next, like, let's say 2 to 3 years?
Next 2 3 years. So I'd like to just be one and done in the IFL. I'm not gonna lie. This is, an opportunities league, an opportunity to make yourself noticed and to get out. My coaches have told me that I have a lot of, interest from, some big teams and big leagues. And, so I would love to be in the NFL the next year. That's everyone's goal. But whether that's the CFL, the XFL, the USFL, wherever it is, that's where I can see myself in the next 2 to 3 years, kicking butt, doing what I do, and taking this year and this opportunity that I had and appreciating it for where it's got me.
For sure. No, that's a great attitude. I'm really excited because I also believe that, you're still young, you're in your prime. You're not even in your prime yet. 29 is when you hit your prime. And as an offensive lineman, I feel like offensive linemen can play for honestly like a lot longer than other positions. So
Absolutely. Especially if we take care of ourselves, and I pride myself in taking care of myself. I live in the training room. Even if I'm not injured, I'm in there just stretching, icing, doing whatever I need to keep my body, sane.
so with the off season rapidly approaching, what's your off season daily routine looking like, and what are you involved in outside of football?
So outside of football, right now, I'm looking for a job. I'm probably going to be moving to Phoenix. I have a girlfriend out there, and I'll be staying with her and probably get an apartment. She's a big fitness athlete. She was a cheerleader at Mercer University, so she stays fit. She does what she needs to, and that'll really help me as well. So I'll be working out every day, getting stronger, faster. working, and also I know Ramon will probably be out in Phoenix as well because he just got a teaching job out there. So I'll be able to be with my quarterback and have some friends out there, and it's just really keep the grind going and keep your mind straight and wait for that opportunity to come around. And put myself out there. I like doing community service as well. I pride myself in at least once a month trying to help a homeless person. This month, I drove a homeless person around while I was door dashing for a good 6 hours and got them some food and just had a conversation with them and let them take a shower and got them a haircut, and I actually saw that man a few weeks later because he got so cleaned up that he went and got a job at Jack in the Box, and he got the job. So that was exciting that I could bless someone and do something like that. So being able to do stuff like that just makes it even better.
That's amazing. That's really incredible to hear. You take pride in that. Like we need more people like you doing stuff like that. So
well, I appreciate that.
But Dallas, I want to thank you for coming on. My final question for you is, we talked about this throughout the show, but what's your biggest piece of advice for younger people?
For younger people, my biggest advice is if you're in high school, stick to the grades, do your schoolwork, do your sports, do what you want to do in your future, because I promise you all the fun activities and all the procrastination that you do, if you do it after you graduate and you get as best grades as you can, it'll be so worth it, especially if you're an athlete, because you can't go anywhere without your grades. And I was a victim of that at one point too. So, stick your head in the books, be smart, don't get in trouble. I mean, there's always time to be stupid when you're older. All those things don't go away just because you're young. They're going to be there when you're old. They're going to be there when you're gone as well. So that's what I would say. Stick to the books, be smart. And another thing, keep the people that treat you right and are your true friends close to you. And always, keep those relationships strong. Reach out to them, even if you're in college. Reach out to the people that you haven't talked to, in a while. Just, you never know. They may be, struggling. They may be living their best life. It doesn't matter. But I know you'll make someone's day if you just reach out to them. So, yeah.
Well, Dallas, I really appreciate you taking the time out during, playoff week. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be watching you on Sundays here real soon. So keep going.
Yeah. It'll be great. And I appreciate you having me on here. It's been an honor. Thank you.
No problem, man. Appreciate you.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.